What's good, everyone? This is DJ's Raw and Cut Truth, giving you the raw content that you deservedly need. This game tonight, Charlotte Hornets versus Grizzlies, was embarrassing. And all the people talking about the Charlotte Hornets were going to be fifth seed, fourth seed. I'm telling you now, I looked at the roster. This is before the season started. I looked at that damn roster and saw missing pieces, just things that just not enough to have high playoff seeding. I knew this. This is the reason why I advocated for trading up to get Miles Turner. He fills up a need. When I watch the Grizzlies and Hornets play today, I saw two teams with different structures of rosters. The Grizzlies are a deeper team than the Hornets. Since the Hornets want to do bargain bin shopping and not pay up for quality talent, this is what they get. Mason Plumlee is a solid big, but he's not your so-called starter. That's the problem. Another problem, Lamelo Ball. We some Lamelo holics. We cheer on Lamelo. We root for Lamelo. Shout out to HL Kid. He said, RawTruth. What's up, DJ? I see you, my brother. Representing that RawTruth. Nicole Power says, here for the RawTruth. Man, I feel it. I feel it. I feel it. Thunder, also in the building. He says, RawTruth. Y'all want to hear the RawTruth? Let me know. Y'all really want to hear the RawTruth? And how does my mic sound? Let me know about that too. How does my mic sound? Is it good quality? But LaMelo Ball. These two preseason games, the first one put up great stats. I think in the first game he had 15 points, 7 assists, 6 rebounds in 20 minutes. That was impressive. But the energy wasn't high. The energy wasn't high. I don't know if it's because it's preseason and he doesn't give a damn about preseason. I don't care if it's the preseason scrimmage or regular season game. The energy has to be up. The energy has to be up. And I expected more energy from LaMelo Ball, especially going against Ja Morant, because he brought the energy. The whole Memphis Grizzlies brought the energy. But it's not just LaMelo. Terry Rozier, a little lethargic. Again, we know it's preseason, but you got to hold everybody accountable. When you're trying to be great, you cannot allow other people to take away your greatness. And the Memphis Grizzlies punked the Hornets. I'm going to give them credit because they decided to show up. And the Hornets wanted to chill and treat it like another preseason game. Terry Rozier had 21 points, but his efficiency was negative 29. That's not good. LaMelo shot 5 for 17 field goals. You're not going to win that much in this league doing that. PJ Washington was a no-show. The Martin twin, he was lethargic. The only 2 points, couldn't really do anything. He's not really a starter anyway, so I didn't really expect much of him. But LaMelo, you're going against Ja Morant. You have to show up for these matchups. See, some people thought I was going to go easy on LaMelo and just say there's no problem, he's okay. No. The energy has to pick up, preseason or not. Thunder says Morant came in with that energy. He did. He came in and he conquered. The Memphis Grizzlies was celebrating, dancing, jigging. They was doing everything. I can't really put a bright spot for the Hornets. Book Night, 17 points, 7 for 16 shooting, but he played against mostly backups when he got most of those points. There's nothing to celebrate about. This was a travesty. And again, looking at the Hornets, you looked at the Bulls the other night, and you look at the Hornets. Y'all be honest with yourselves. Who looks better? Keep it a buck. Who looks better? The Bulls. That team has everything you need to win. I mean, everything you need to win. The Charlotte Hornets have a long way to go. It's going to be some time before they can figure it out. I just expected more from this team. I expected more from them. I don't know when they're going to wake up and see that this is not the way to win. You got everybody paying their hard-earned money, and you can't even show up. Everybody giving their all just to watch, giving their last dime to watch you play basketball. This is to the whole Charlotte Hornets team. And you're gonna put a performance like this? HL Kid says after tonight, I have to give it to the Bulls. Yeah, the Bulls are a better team. It's not even close. The Bulls share the ball. The Bulls come out with energy. The Bulls high-fiving. The body language is great. No, and I get it. LaMelo didn't get calls, but besides that, what is some of the things I've talked about in regards to LaMelo Ball? He needs a mid-range shot. Tonight you saw what I was talking about. You can't just do floaters, and that floater is really good, but you got to add more to the toolbox. You got to add more to the toolbox, because when these teams scout you out and know what you like to do, you got to mix it up. Don't be one-dimensional. Testing 1 2 3 says Grizzlies cooked LaMelo. Hornets fans gonna have to reevaluate LaMelo's expectations. He want to have a Luka Trey type of season this year. You know what's so funny? I knew people would come here and say this type of stuff after this game, after a preseason game, after I was objective about LaMelo. And Testing 1 2 3, you're welcome here, like everybody else. But I knew the Zoes, Lonzo Ball fans, we're rooting for Lonzo. But we knew you were going to come up in here and say that. But I guess you didn't listen to my critique on LaMelo, that he did not come with the right energy. See, when I constructively criticize Lonzo Ball, I have people telling me, you're a little too harsh and all this stuff, and I can't even be constructive. I'm giving you objective critique on LaMelo, and now I told you he's not all that. I told you. So LaMelo shot 5 for 17. You think he's going to do that the whole season? Anyone in the comment section who've been watching LaMelo Ball, you think LaMelo's going to shoot 5 for 17 throughout the whole NBA season? Yes or no? You think he's going to shoot that poorly? Shout out to Claudia Portia Taylor, ball out. Sister Claudia, can you do me a big favor? I don't do Instagram and Twitter anymore. I need some people to send out notifications. Whoever have Instagram or Twitter whenever I go live. Is difficult doing it without social media, but it's the best thing to do. I'm trying to keep my peace. But shout out to the subs who are tuned in tonight, who are being objective, who's just having a good conversation. Testing 123 says, I still don't think he's 100%. Whatever it is, John Morant was not playing around. He came in and he was on a vengeance, right? He was on a vengeance. He wanted to prove his point that he was that dude. And when he said that he was a top 5 player in the NBA, not in just his age group, but in the NBA, he said it with meaning. Yeah, I get what you're saying, Tessa 123, that the Hornets need a big man. We all agree on that. And I think they should make a trade for Miles Turner. But for you to come in here after I just kept it real about LaMelo not having the energy to pile on LaMelo and say, that's what the LaMelo fans get for seeing him as a highly talented player. He won Rookie of the Year. Why wouldn't fans think of him like that? Why wouldn't fans, and I mean this as respect, my brother, why wouldn't fans believe that he could become a superstar? We've been paying attention to the Ball family for years. Their goals are different from ours. They always wanted to become stars and the best player in the NBA. Their father, out of his mouth, stated that somebody has to be better than Jordan. Why not them? He said that. And again, a preseason game. See, I understand if LaMelo had 4 to 5 years of bad performances like this, you would have a point. But this is a preseason game. And this is his second year. See, if he had a recurring type of games, if he showed mental weakness, if he wasn't getting to the basket, if he was timid, you would have had a point. But he had one bad game. And I'm sure he's going to have more great games than bad ones. Oh, thank you, Sister Claudia. Thunder says, testing the season ain't start yet. We have 82 games to go. 82 games to go, man. Gregory Sutton says, I blame James Borrego. Guess who's going to be defending him after this pathetic performance? Old media. The content creators who are invested in James Borrego, they're going to be defending him. See, I don't work for nobody. At this YouTube space, that's why I love what I do on YouTube, because I don't work for nobody. I don't have a yes man. The fact that James Borrego has an extension and he's a below 400 record coach speaks for itself. But I coined the name for the Hornets as being the flea market of the NBA. See, it was cheaper to retain James Borrego because the expectations of the Hornets are not high. I've not heard, and I've heard some high expectations of the Hornets, but I haven't heard their fans saying they're going to be a 5th seed. The highest seed I've heard from Hornets fans was that the Hornets could be as high as a 7th seed or a 6th seed. But I've never heard of a Hornet fan saying this team is a contender. Never. And there's a reason. Because they're smarter than what you think. That performance was an embarrassment, preseason or not. But I'm glad that game happened. Because now the players who played that defunct game, they could look in the mirror after that ass whooping and say to themselves, we got to expect more. I want to see some leadership. I want to see some accountability. I want to see people getting in other people's faces. Because if I was on the team and we losing like that, I don't care if it's a damn scrimmage. I'm speaking my word. And I'm letting you know I'm fed up with it. Kids, families, spending their hard-earned money to watch you play. And you all just want to be out there chilling. Oh, it's preseason. It doesn't mean anything. It's not a win column. Gordon Hayward not want to be with his teammates. And I bet you he wasn't even injured. Trying to rest. See, when you're a contending team, you can rest. Lakers, you can rest. Bucks, you can rest. Nets, you can rest. You got veterans. But when you're young and you're trying to figure out how to win, you need to play those games. Not just play them. You got to dominate your preseason games. You can't be looking all lackluster. Thunder says, what makes it sad is that it was a home game. Yep. Well, they pretty much lost by 40 points. You lose by 40 points. And you think that's not an embarrassment? That game pissed me off so much because I know I expect better from this team. And I just sent the link for anyone that want to chop it up about this embarrassing game. I just expect better from the Hornets, man. I know they're not the Bulls, but damn. 40. That's what we're doing now. And to see James Borrego, he didn't know what to do. He had his hand over his mouth. He looked like he about to pull a couple of hairs off. I saw no mental toughness with this team tonight. And that's the example of their head coach, James Borrego. In the late words of Dennis Green, you are what you say you are. And right now, the Hornets are just average. Yeah, they may make the playoffs, but that's about it, if that. Because the Eastern Conference is a lot better. And to make the playoffs, it won't be a cakewalk. That was the worst beatdown the Hornets took since the playing game last year. The worst one. I'm just you can't defend that. You can't defend it. But I hope the next preseason game they take it seriously and play to their strengths. And not only just have fun, but you gotta love this game. You gotta love to be a hooper, man. Everybody got all uh, these damn contracts and stuff, and they lose the love of it, man. David F says, guaranteed LaMelo is pissed. He don't like losing, especially like that at home against Ja. I want that to hurt, man. I'm sure he's pissed. But maybe this is a lesson for him to show up in these type of games. Now he's young. He don't realize that his last name, he knows this, his last name is Ball. And since his last name is Ball, competition will always play him serious. Always. They're not gonna go easy because it's a preseason game. But one glimmer of hope that I saw was that LaMelo has added some more muscle. You know how I could tell? Because he was getting hit every single time. He was getting hit like 90 going north. And he kept going up. And he kept coming up. And he kept coming up. That was needed. That mass was needed for him. Because it's going to be a long season. And my advice for LaMelo is to keep playing the way he is. But bringing the mentality with it. Expect no calls. If I'm LaMelo, I'm not even going at the officials because I know I ain't going to get no call. He just has to get used to that. But back to this team, man. They need a lot of help. They need a lot of YouTubers have been warning the Hornets about how this team is constructed. A lot of folks scoffed it off, thought it was just hearsay, but you're seeing it now. And yes, it's a preseason game, and it's one loss in the preseason that doesn't count. But man, I saw so many weaknesses exploited in this matchup. The Memphis Grizzlies outclassed them in every single way. Outclassed them. It wasn't even fair. I was looking at the game at my job, man. I had to hold my composure because I was pissed off by what I was seeing. I was pissed off. I'm like, yeah, Steven Adams looked like the second coming of Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. That was bad. Wait, screw that. They made Steven Adams look like Shaq. He looked like Orlando Magic Shaq out there. But hey, man, y'all told me they don't need to make no trades. We're just good with Mason Plumlee. That's what I've been hearing. Yeah, get the likes up, share the video, share with a friend or even a foe. I sent the link out for anyone that want to join and discuss. Ray says they should have drafted Alpin Sengun. They need a center, but they didn't draft him. Man, they just need to get a legit big. No more projects. No more of this damn what you call role players who are better than the previous starters. So just because Mason Plumlee is better than Brick Hands Biombo and Lurch, aka Cody Zeller, that's not really saying much. You're not going very far with big men like that. So Gordon Hayward, Mr. Glass, aka Taufik is coined that word. Shout out to Taufik. So Mr. Glass, he's David F says Gordon Hayward already sitting Not a good sign. Yeah, it's not a good sign. You can't rely on Gordon Hayward. He got his money now, so if he had a little nicks and knacks of injuries, he's gonna sit out. He's he's not gonna tough it out. But they got the nerve to tell me that LaMelo ain't the face of this team, and I know he had a bad game. I know he had a bad game, but shit, I'm sorry, man. I'm just pissed off about that game, man. I'm pissed off. Finlick says DJ not giving LaMelo a pass. Sheesh, raw truth. This we gonna give raw truth. But I also pointed out that the good thing is this is his second year, and he's a dog. One thing I ain't worried about LaMelo is he ain't gonna cry and willow in a blanket and a pillow, be all woe is me. He's not built like that. He's built for competition. So I expect LaMelo to rebound from this bad performance and show the world that he's the truth. So I'm not worried about LaMelo mentally. I'm just pointing out that the effort was displeasing. I did not like it. I did not like it at all. And here at RawTruth, we call everything out. I made a damn video about Lonzo being the point guard version of Draymond Green, and they acted like it was the worst thing ever. When I said that you can still win with Lonzo, he's just the Draymond Green of point guards, meaning he's willing to play defense, he's willing to shoot threes, he won't attack or shoot a mid range, but he'll pass you the ball, he'll facilitate the offense. You could get wins. So what's so bad about that? You looking through YouTube, people saying, "Oh, that couldn't be Zoe." Like Zoe haven't had bad performances before. Get out of here with that. And this is not LaMelo versus Lonzo. But these are the narratives that sprout up every time LaMelo loses a game or has a performance like this. They're lurking out there, just waiting to say, "Look, see, I told you LaMelo's not a star." That's what they're saying. But even after this bad performance, it's not going to stop LaMelo in his journey. It's not going to hinder him for accomplishing great feats. But it is a disappointing performance. And I can't scoff that. I can't ignore that. And let me see. Ray says, who's the backup center for the Hornets? Nick Richards. Because they're playing a lot of power forwards in this game. But Nick Richards is the backup center. Or Vernon Carey. You could really swap them two out. This season, I wouldn't be surprised if they just use nothing but forwards as backups. We don't even have the Hornets don't even have a backup center. Again, bargain basement, flea market teams. Knowing that you have a weakness at a position and don't want to make moves to rectify it. I should make a shirt. put the Hornets on top in a flea market store, the NBA's flea market. Man, I hate to. Man, I'm glad my Lakers don't have that mentality. That type of mentality, like, well, we got our franchise player, Lamelo Ball. We don't have to really do anything. We don't have to build around him. We got what we need. We're selling tickets. Why we need to do that? Trying to be cheap and shit. Boy, this game, man. This game was something. And if you're a fan of the Charlotte Hornets, you deserve a refund after watching that type of performance that y'all just watched. Just picture yourself going to a NBA game and your team is getting blasted by 40. At one point, it was 40 plus. It was sad to see. But I want to see who do the Hornets play next. I want to see who they play next. I'm looking at the schedule right now. And David said, "No, I would have been tight. Yeah, you would have been pissed, man." That's why I don't go to you, man. I'm sticking with the league pass. I don't want to feel like I'm wasting my money. Oh, they got the Miami Heat. Miami Heat on the 11th. And you know how that team get down. They're very physical. Nicole Rose says Melo will show up big next game, DJ. He never has back-to-back bad games. That is true. Usually, if LaMelo has a bad game, he comes back tenfold. I can honestly say that. I can honestly say that. He comes out swinging. Matter of fact, I've seen times where LaMelo had one bad game. He goes, I remember he went a week like on a scoring spree. He was breaking records. He was having triple doubles. Y'all remember that? I think that was in March or February, one of those 2 months. Like LaMelo was just out unconscious, man. They were like, man, what happened to him? He took that personal. Devin said, I don't know if it's like the game slows down in a good way when Gordon and Plumlee are on the floor, everything just fluid. I'm not really impressed by Gordon, Hayward, and Plumlee. We need the Hornets to be a fast-paced team. Don't need them to be slowing things down. We got athletes like that. Ray says, I feel like the Hornets need a different coach. I've been saying it for the longest. But no, let's keep the coach with a bad coaching record. I try to tell him, man. I try to tell him. But again, when you're used to losing and when you have a history of losing, you get comfortable with mediocrity. You get comfortable when an organization doesn't want to spend for help. You get comfortable when an organization is satisfied with just going to a playing game or even a lower playoff seed. That's what comes with it. But Quan says the coach is good. What you mean? Oh, he's good? Wait, let me I'm glad you said that, brother. Now we can have a discussion. Let me look up James Borrego's coaching record. And we're gonna give some raw truth tonight. James Borrego. This is gonna be fun. This is gonna be very fun. Let me go on the other stream yard. Man, y'all making my day today. This I ain't gonna hold y'all, man. I was pissed off at this game. But doing this stream, doing this stream made it all better. Just give me a minute. I'm going to look up, share it. So we're going to take a quick look at James Borregos Record. Y'all see it now? I'm going to take a quick look. So he coached at San Diego as an assistant with the Spurs. Really, he was just holding the towel. And let me go down to his overall coaching record. Oh, well, look at that. Orlando Magic, .33 coaching record. Charlotte Hornets, below 500, below 400, below 500, which was the year LaMelo had. And he has like I said, below 500 coaching record, .422. And we're going to call that after LaMelo. That's Borrego's coaching record after drafting LaMelo. So his second best record is when they drafted LaMelo, and really it would have been higher if he didn't break his wrist. I think the Hornets can make the 8 seed or the 7 seed, but they got to play better than tonight. So Baquan said he's not a bad coach or a good coach. Maybe I haven't seen much from him, but I feel like he's all right. I don't think that James Borrego is all right as a coach from what I've seen. If you watch today's game, what adjustments did he make? Really? What adjustments did he make that most coaches do when you're getting blown out? Jaheim Nesbitt says it was .33 before LaMelo. Hey, I didn't say this. I got the stats right here. But they thought I was capping when I was bringing up coaching records. The NBA is a man's game. It is a man's game. And if you're not willing to put in that work, it's going to be a long time before you win anything meaningful in the NBA. Look at Thunder. He said 33%. We call it BL before LaMelo. Before LaMelo. You know he's taking credit for when LaMelo played last season. He's taking the credit for that win percentage. LaMelo being drafted helped James Borrego get that contract. That's crazy when you think about it. I'm gonna leave it up there for the whole masses to see. Y'all see that last the season LaMelo played most of the games and missed some due to the wrist injury. .458 win percentage. I'm gonna repeat it again. Look closely. I expanded it. Look closely. .458. .458 when LaMelo playing most of the games. Douglas Golden Child says, salute DJ, my brother. JB is a terrible coach. Yes, he is. Nicole Rose says, I see all-star for LaMelo this season. He could. Are we going to forget the game when he had 15 points, 7 assists, and 6 rebounds in 20 minutes? So he plays one bad game. And I gave him some constructive criticism. So I don't want to hear that I wasn't objective during this whole video. I gave everybody the business. But I also know he's a second-year player who's accomplished more than those who have played for more than 4 years. Thunder says Cody is 6'5", but yes, still ridiculous. Let me see. 6'1" Cody Martin playing center. Yeah, this positionless basketball crap, that's for the birds. If you think you're going to win in the NBA doing that, I don't know what to tell you. Jaheim Nesbitt says LaMelo's bad game is a role player's good game. That is true. That is true. That's crazy. I'm gonna read off LaMelo's stats in this game, right? And what Jaheim just pointed out is another standard. This is great for LaMelo Ball because his expectations are higher than average players. So this is great for him. Yeah, Ray, they still doing that auto zone defense. They don't care. James Borrego doesn't care how much he gets destroyed by opposing team. He will play auto zone defense till the cows come home. So LaMelo had 13 points, 7 assists, bad shooting night in 23 minutes. And you know what's crazy about all this in a blowout? It's still better than most. That's when you know you're a baller. Yeah, tonight he played like shit. There's no complaining about it. But a bad night for LaMelo is an average or a solid role player's game. That's how good this kid is. So if you look at analytics, if this was a regular season game, let's say the Hornets were getting destroyed, LaMelo Ball would have averaged around 20-some points, like 21 points per game and 10 assists on a bad shooting night. And I'm going off analytics. I'm going off if he played 30-something minutes in the game. So that's a promising sign. But again, I said it earlier in this video. If you believe LaMelo is going to have another performance like this, I don't know what to tell you. And yes, I'm leaving up James Borrego's coaching record because I want everybody to see what we see. Shout out to the homie Quell Davis, RawTruth gang. RawTruth. I'm liking this RawTruth stuff, man. Y'all let me know, man. I'm liking this, man. I like that y'all embracing it because every single one of us in this chat represents RawTruth. The way we live, the way we carry ourselves, that's what we're all striving for, to be real and about truth. Ray, man, the Nets got them a steal with Cam Thomas. I'm not surprised. I saw it at LSU. I think Cam Thomas got that game, man. He's got that game. Shout out to the homie Douglas Golden Child. He says LaMelo is a beast. He play okay, but he could play better. Yeah, he can. But that comes with the territory with LaMelo Ball. And trust me, I bet you right now LaMelo is pissed off about this game. Because one thing I know about him is that he holds himself higher than his haters. See, his haters are jovial right now. See, they don't have a life, and all they do is celebrate when LaMelo has a subpar game. But LaMelo's subpar game is better than most NBA players' good games. He had 13 points, 7 assists, bad shooting night, and he played 23 minutes. Most players who are starting would be even lucky to get that in most nights. Y'all don't hear me. Oh man, we cooking tonight. I miss these late streams, man. I love the late streams because man, I see RawTruth like a family. I truly do. I truly do, man. You guys are great people. Like I never met y'all in person, but it feels like I know y'all. even those who disagree. Y'all realize in the comment section when someone disagrees with me that supports this channel, they're not out here trying to belittle someone. I love that. And I think we need to have that more in sports conversations. Keep up the great comments. Eric Kidd says, why we play small ball lineup against Steven Adams. PJ can't play the 5 too short. Well, you know, they keep saying this positionless basketball. That's what they keep saying. They got to keep playing that positionless basketball. It's in my JB voice. Well, it's positionless basketball. At the Spurs, we've learned how to play positionless basketball by the great Greg Popovich. I would have looked at him sideways. Yeah, Book Night has heart, man. I'm happy for Book Night because this kid was receiving so much hate in the summer league. I always root for the young guys who get counted off. Rap guy says Borrego is emulating Steve Kerr. Steve Kerr. Steve Kerr. Oh man, Steve Kerr, man. Hey, remember I made that video? This is months before the news came out when I said that Steve Kerr didn't draft Lamelo Ball because he despised his father. And then news came out from reporters that happened. And it was like, oh, DJ, how do you know? Man, I connected the dots. Sometimes the answer is right in front of you. You don't ever have to have a source or anything. I knew once they called LaMelo and then reneged on the call, I was like, oh, yeah, they playing games with this young man. Shout out to Danny Joseph. He said, everyone hit the like button, share this video, share it to Twitter, Instagram, all social media platforms. I want to do this more often at night. We got to have more people to the table so we can have a discussion. I'm willing to do it. But y'all got to share the videos, subscribe, hit the notification, and yeah, man, let's keep this thing going. Danny Joseph says, what's good, DJ? Finally catching the live show. Man, everything's great. Appreciate Coach Joe, man. Coach Joe's an amazing brother, man. Now, he doesn't even have to do these streams, but he wants to connect with the people. He loves doing the streams, man, and I appreciate people like him. Every person, no matter how old you are, needs an OG like Coach Joe in your life. Trust me. I've learned a lot. I've learned a lot from that brother. Rap guy says the Borrego pack came in early, man. Man, James Borrego, this dude is just, he thinks he has all the answers to everything. And he keeps missing and keeps messing up. And I don't know. I get so annoyed watching him. He's playing positionless basketball, and he doesn't even have the players for it. He doesn't have the players for position. That's what boggles my mind. See, when the Lakers play positionless basketball, when the Lakers are playing positionless basketball, they got the players to do it. You got a LeBron. You got other folks who could do that type of style, all that stuff. This team, hell no. GOAT News all day says, you never up this late. Mad love. Man, I do it for the people, man. I do it for the people. This is the people's channel. And we got to do this more often, where we see like this channel is representation of each other, all of us, everyone that's tuned in, man. It's so important. We talk about real stuff over here, man. We talk about the game within the game. How many channels talk about that? I mean, you know how many notices I get on a video? Yeah, y'all know how my videos get. When I talk about something controversial, I get that little I get a little email from YouTube. And YouTube is they know how to play the game well. They'll have your stuff. They'll have notifications not being sent out. Like today, a LaMelo stream, and y'all watch my streams. If I Out of all streams, when I'm talking about LaMelo Ball, when we have a stream on a LaMelo game, it's at least 80 to 100 people in the chat. Today was a lot less. That's when I knew. I said, okay, somebody's playing some games. Somebody's playing some games. But that's just how the game within the game goes. It's very shisty, and the best defense of negative energy is good subs. And I appreciate everybody. Douglas Goldchild says, salute to Coach Joe. Appreciate you, DJ, for taking the time out of your day to give us the raw truth. Yeah, man. Work was tired as, man. I had to handle so many situations at work, and I had to pray. I was like, I got to do this live. I got to speak with the people. Because a couple of subs got my number, and they hit me up. And like, DJ, man, you got to talk about this game. And I had to fight through tiredness, and I'm like, man, I'm going to do it. And I'm going to give everybody a good show. Because I believe y'all deserve a good show. Don't y'all hate when you go to a channel, right? And you want to hear the best thing going on. And they be sounding tired and don't want to do it. And they just want to get views. Like, don't y'all hate that? Y'all go to their channel for the love of sports or whatever y'all are interested in. And I think that's very disrespectful when anybody don't, like, you put this show out and you're not putting all that energy in. Whether it's me or Coach Joe or anybody, every time we do a stream, we put 1,000% energy in it. And shout out to Anthony King, man. Peace and love to you, brother. He said, we appreciate you, DJ. Appreciate that too. The GOAT News all day said, don't forget that. Facts. Douglas Goldchild said, with much respect. GOAT News all day said, we the media. They do what they say. You ain't lying about that, man. Sandra Lane, peace to you, Queen. You say, mad appreciation, man. I do it for y'all, man. Y'all know it's all love. Y'all know it's all love, man. Let me read. Rap Guy says, Book Night should start over Terry Rozier. Nah, I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say that. Terry Rozier, despite this bad game, he's reliable. He's clutch. Terry Rozier is one of the most clutch players in the NBA. Joe Nuke 100 says Kai Jones needs to get his weight up. Oh, man. Man, that's Kai Jones. Kai Jones he needs some brisket. He needs some of the mama's cooking, cook some steak, man, they need to give him a buffet meal, some alligator meat, something. Rap Guy says, salute DJ and Coach Joe for the raw truth. I'm heading. Man, peace and blessings, my brother. Gold News All Day says, you got my support always. I appreciate that, man. A1 since day one. I appreciate the love, man. You know what they say? We can't change the world until we change ourselves, man. Y'all remember that. GOAT News All Day says, got a serious narrative for tonight. Even though I said what I said about the stuff I didn't see, like what I saw from Lamelo Ball, I, I I get amazed at times when he doesn't even have a good game. Um, he'll do a crossover, he'll do an underhand layup, he'll do something that wows the crowd. And yeah, let me know. GOAT News All Day. But yeah, man. If you're a Hornets fan, you should be mad at the performance, but don't freak out. Take a deep breath, drink some water. You're gonna be just fine. Just know that the Hornets will have better performance than this crap. Anthony King says, "Do you think since teams are preparing for Melo more this year, prob wait, let me read that again." Anthony King says, "Do you think since teams are preparing for LaMelo more this year, probably than last year, that he can take the leap needed the sophomore year instead of a sophomore slump?" I don't think he'll have a sophomore slump. I think he'll have more stats, more assists, etc. I just think that he's going to be able. He's going to come to the realization that he has to adjust, and that the refs are not going to call anything. He has to realize that they coming for him because they hate what he provides. Man, he's doing big things. He created a school in North Carolina. He's donating to worthy causes. He's an entrepreneur at a young age. He just turned 20, and they fear brothers like this. I like what Go News said. Melo giving sophomore lumps. It's not slumps, because if you can average 15 points in the, again, this was the first preseason. I know this is about tonight, but if you could score that many points and assists in the first preseason game, and I'm sure he's gonna do that in the regular season, I think he'll be just fine. It's just a little here and there, ruffle. Some teams rough him up, but sophomore lumps, but not slumps. Let them know, the hip hop analyst. Let them know. America's worst nightmare, an educated black man. Let them know. Eric Kidd said, we need someone like Bang kind of player. He's a killer. Man, I was rooting for that kid. Man, I told people that he's a steal. Me and Gibson did a pre-draft analysis. We talked about Desmond Bane. And to see that was one of the predictions to come out right, man, when I watch film, I'm not saying I get it all the way always right, but I get enough right. I was right about Desmond Bane. I said that he should have been picked a lot higher. Because remember, I grew up in Texas. He played at TCU. I watch a ton of Big 12 basketball. I know what I'm talking about. And I know a shooter when I see one. And Desmond Bane, he caused problems. TCU's best years is when they had him. HL Kid, what's good, my brother? He said, RawTruth, DJ, you the GOAT. We appreciate you, my brother. I appreciate the love and respect, man. I appreciate that, man. We speaking so much real, man. You two don't know what to do. They out here not giving people the notifications, and and politicking and all sorts of stuff, man. But I wouldn't trade it for the world, man. If I could talk to everybody in this group, that's all I need. GOAT News all day says support people that hate us. Yeah, that's what, man, it's a game within a game. And that's one thing we got to do as people. We got to cherish ourselves, man. You know, I've talked about cloud. I made a video about crabs in the bucket mentality, but we praise too much on stuff. We got to get away from that. We got to love ourselves and praise ourselves. Not only you praise the Most High God, whatever you worship, but you got to praise yourself as well. There's some people listening now. They got their favorite YouTuber, and this person probably got 200,000 subs or a million, and saying, "Man, they know everything. They're the ultimate source." And the funny part is, you could find your own source by doing research. You see what I'm saying, HL Kid? You could find your own source by doing research. You'd be surprised what you find when you actually read and take the time and investigate your own. But that's that idle worship, man. And once we get away from that as a society, good things will happen. Y'all know what I'm talking about, Douglas. You know what I'm talking about, man. That clout is a drug, man. They'll do anything for it. That song that Cardi B and Offset made, "Do Anything for Clout," that is one of the most honest songs around. Simple song, but honest. And they broke it down to a T. But but this stream was great, man. They thought the distractors thought that I was gonna come in here and just give LaMelo a pass tonight and not be objective. But here's what they got. I was objective about LaMelo, but I also pointed out what he'll do next time to rebound from this bad performance. And they thought I was just gonna just say, "Oh, LaMelo, he didn't have a bad game." No, I'm not gonna do that. Not gonna do that. When LaMelo has a good game, I'll give him credit. When he has a bad game, I'll talk about it and give my opinion. But his mentality is the reason why I'm confident that he's gonna be doing this thing. I'm never worried about LaMelo Ball in basketball. I don't get nervous about LaMelo Ball. Because what have you seen? Everyone that's listening, what have you seen for LaMelo Ball? Bad game, a week's worth of good games. That's consistency. Not a you know how some players have a bad game, they have three, no, they have a bad game, one good game, no, a bad game, one outstanding game, and then four bad games, outstanding game, and then a week's worth of bad games and an outstanding game. See, LaMelo doesn't do that. He doesn't do that. Man, I've seen players that have one bad game and they'll have a month of average games, and then they'll come back with an amazing game after dealing with a month of average play. And again, you won't see it with LaMelo Ball because he's built for this. He is built for this type of journey that he's going to be on. Uncle Vern is in the building. He said, "Good show, DJ. Thank you, man." Go News all day says LaMelo done a pass last year I ain't never seen. Yeah, he's done. Even in the loss, he will wow the crowd. Even in the loss, and you look back, he's like, man, how in the hell he pulled that off? Joe Nuke 100 says PJ looks slower than Kyle Anderson. That's a problem. Rather give some of his minutes to JT Thor. Well, PJ suffering from baby mama and the drama. Pray for PJ Washington, man. I mean, he Tyrese PJ Washington. Ah, man. That brother, y'all pray for the brother, man. I hate to see anybody dealing with those type of issues. Seriously. But he's gotta get that off the court stuff figured out. And I'm being serious. I ain't trying to laugh or nothing, but there's always somebody dealing with those type of issues. Douglas Goldchild praying, but he laughing. Come on, man. He said, I'm gonna pray for you, but I'm gonna laugh at you. Beep. I can't believe y'all remember that Michael Blackson skit he did about Black China. When he talking about Rob Kardashian, he said, "I can't believe you." He said, "We all knew who she was." That's the same situation. And I'm gonna tell y'all about women, man. Y'all think getting these 10s and 9s and 8s are what's gonna make your life happy? I'll let y'all know about this. I'd rather take a 6. A 6 is just a regular pretty girl. I'd rather take a 6.5, right? Like a B minus, C minus, C plus looking girl. I'd rather take a C plus looking girl than take a woman like a Black China or even Brittany Renner. I was talking about the PJ situation, Gold News. He said, "Am I talking right now?" Oh, Gold News said, "You sound like me." Oh man, I sound like a wise brother. That's what I sound like. Douglas says, "Facts." Y'all know what I'm talking about, man. My best relationships is when I was with a woman that is a C plus, and she just regular pretty, but she got her stuff together. She got a good job. She take care of herself. She ain't nagging, giving a headache. She ain't uh, a busybody getting around like that. So brothers like PJ, they learn in life, unfortunately, and one day when they get older, they'll understand. Remember what LeVar Ball told LaMelo, you ain't gonna find no good woman as an NBA player. And the reason why he told him that is because when you're receiving all that clout and all that money, the good one is really hard to find that good one. So prayers for PJ. I hope he gets the situation together and all is well with him. Because I hate to see it, man. Hate to see it for brothers like that, man. J Boy says, what you think of the aggression by Ja Morant came out with? See, that's something that LaMelo could study from. Even though we think LaMelo's talented, I know he's talented. He's super talented. But you can learn from players. You can learn from players, man. I respect Ja Morant, and I think he's going to really turn this league into his playground, pretty much. But he gives it every game and doesn't complain. And that's who you want representing the NBA. But it was good talking with y'all, man. I want to thank y'all for supporting the channel, showing love, man. And I want to do more of these streams. A lot more. I don't care how many people in the chat. If I have enough people in, hey, man, I'm there to discuss hoops with y'all, life with y'all, everything. I want to say peace and blessings. Peace and love to everybody. Love your neighbor, love your family. Cherish everything you have in your life. Don't be ungrateful. Life's too short to complain. And y'all have a good night, man. This is DJ's RawTruth, and I'm out.